inventory is really tight right now. I mean, that's a huge theme. Everybody's talking about it. Dr. Hewing's talked about it. When are we going to see inventory come back, guys? What's your best guess, with your boots on the ground knowledge?
So if I had to take a stab at it, I would say in 23. I think the rest of this year will be very similar. I think things may open up a bit in 22, but unless we see quick inflation or rates rise, the impact of the last 14 months of COVID psychologically and the desire for more space is going to take a long time for that to go out of our minds. So people want more space. They want a sense of permanency. I don't think people are as interested in living in the tiny apartments that everybody thought for a while. And I think we're going to see more movement into entry-level condominium all the way up to large single-family homes.
So 2023, Thad, that's a long time.
It's a long time. I think, the rest of this year and next year, I say 23 inventory will look more similar to 2018.
Mike, what do you think?
I'm a little more optimistic than my partner here but I do think he's right about this year. I think this year is going to continue to be tight, but I do think come spring of 22, I think we could start to see a little bit more inventory build, particularly if prices continue to rise and as sellers start to believe and see that they have more equity in their homes. And when you start to see some upward pressure on interest rates, because there will be some, we've already seen some upward pressure on interest rates, they're still incredibly low. People will get off the fence and they'll start selling to move up or to move down, depending on what they want to do. So I'm a little more optimistic that we'll see more inventory. And we saw a lot of inventory get purged out of the suburbs, and we were over inventory for years in the suburbs. But I do think there's this shadow effect of the empty nesters who push their move off. So I think we'll start to see some more inventory build in the suburban markets, potentially even later this year.
One problem when you have universal appreciation like this is that sometimes you can't afford the next step up, right? So you end up staying where you are. And so that may happen. Where people love where they live, they're got a lot of equity in their home, their home's appreciated, but when they sell it, there's not something better that they can move into.
Mike, what's your takeaway for the rest of spring market?
I think the spring market's going to continue to stay pretty tight, especially from an inventory standpoint. Interest rates are super low. It's a great time to buy. And I definitely think it's going to be much more of a seller's market the way that it's been for the last, 6 to 9 months. So I think if you're ready to buy, you should buy now, and you should be prepared to pull the trigger quickly and make your decisions quickly, because I don't think we're going to see any kind of major inventory build all of a sudden and the market flip to a buyer's market versus a seller's market, especially in 2021.
Mike, Thad, great stuff as always. Thanks for joining me. I also want to thank Dr. Jeffrey J.D. Hewings and Dr. Sam Kling. If you have questions about the local real estate market, contact your @properties agent, and we'll see you next time at the market.
Looking forward to it, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.